Okay, so I was like, after the way Raw ended and whatnot, and we're going into WrestleMania. I'll be honest, I don't really know what the outcomes of pretty much any of these title matches really going to be, which is a good thing. I like the fact that there's no foregone conclusion of how it's going to end. That's that's great. Um, even I mean, and even if there sort of was, I was like, at least the journey to all these have been good or great to where it made it at least where like maybe you think it you don't know who it is, or the fact that like you know who it is, but it's like whoa, that was a journey to get there. Uh, I was like with the title match. I was like obviously I'll do prediction later on. I was like to me the tag team match. I don't necessarily. I was like I was like everybody got their idea who's winning, but I'm just like okay, them they gonna win. The U.S. titles like that one sort of was like okay cool. We pretty much is gonna probably be stuck on there. But like for instance, Bailey and Io, like you know, early on we're like, oh Bailey got to win this one. Then it was like, well the Kabuki Warrior got the titles and stuff. Io gonna keep it. But now you got the 6-woman tag, and you're like, Jade and Naomi. Just I was like, Jade, this be her first match. Naomi basically just got there as well too, and to where it's like you can't be having her have a whole bunch of losses. Bianca got the WrestleMania streak. They're not gonna lose. So, but the Kabuki Warriors still have the titles. That's the thing. So, would it make sense to really get it off of them? I mean, really get the title off of Io while they still got the tag team championship. You get what I'm saying? Like maybe Io keeps it because Damage Control still got their tag team championships, and that way you just keep the momentum going. But you can still feud with everybody else that's involved. Like Bailey could still get another shot or whatever, or maybe you set up having Io have it to give it to Jade or something. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know which way that could go because of the extra match over here that's connected to them. Rhea and Becky. I was like, I think it's very easy for all of us to be like Rhea, but at the same time, I'm like, with everything here, it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, Becky doesn't necessarily need it, but it's been a while since Becky had the main championship. Also, Judgment Day as well. If everybody loses, it's like, do you try to do the angle of like they're going into dissension and stuff like that? I don't know. So therefore, it's a good it's when you put in other elements, it makes it more compelling. Of I don't they could go either way, and either way where it's like it makes sense to in these matches. Um, Seth and Drew is a weird one because once again it looks like it should be obviously Drew, but Seth once again is the guy that just LOL he wins. Also with a cash in, we don't know if that's going to play in a role in any of this either. But hey, Drew had made a really compelling case, but also Seth been getting his ass beat a lot too, to where it's like he could just end up beating Drew to give Drew that one extra thing. Like yes, like it wouldn't derail what Drew's story necessarily is. But it would enhance it, but would how seriously would everybody take it? But you still got Punk in the background, so therefore that sort of helps it. And then we got Roman and Cody. And as soon as he won the Royal Rumble, Cody, The Rock joins in. Okay, not Cody, Roman. Okay, now back to Cody and Roman. Cody, doing all this stuff going on. They could keep it on Roman. That streak could continue. But I was like, nah. I was like, no. Then it gotta be Cody. Look at all the junk that Rock been talking to him about. Then they been getting their ass beat. But then no, most time when you get your ass beat, that doesn't mean that the babyface is gonna win. But they've been so dominant with it that it could be like it doesn't matter what you do, bloodline all day. And like I said, I was like, I ain't got no final picks right now, right here, because of the confusion. But what I'm saying is that this is at least good confusion I'm willing to deal with, where it's like I don't know how to go. but you can see it go either way, and it makes sense. Not that you'll be fine with it, not that you'll like it, but it makes sense. Even if you don't agree with it, it does make sense for either one. It makes sense for Cody to win because Roman didn't have the title too long, but it makes sense for Roman to win because he wants to keep on having the title for the streak, and you got the whole thing with The Rock. Drew, it makes sense for his story that he prevailed. He prayed for this. Also, for a story of you just can't do it against Seth or whatever. Becky, that you can hang with the young ones. Rhea, I'm that dominant. Bailey, I'm gonna get back on my revenge by taking your title, something I helped create this whole group. Io, you was never the group. I was the talent. You were just the person that was just around. I'm just saying, all these sound like winners in the book, and all the stories have been good to where it ain't nothing that you can waver from either. But anyway, what do you think? How do you think this is going to go, huh? I was like, what are you thinking? How you see him? I was like, before we put this all out on the pen, Sharpie even, not pencil. Right now it's in pencil. Later on, I was like, that's when we take the real test. See how that goes. But anyway, on to WrestleMania.